It's 2 a.m. The city is asleep, but in one dark room, a face is bathed in the cold glow of a smartphone screen. They pull up a friend's contact, but hesitate. They think about calling their mom, but the thought of trying to explain why they feel so empty feels too heavy. The screen goes dark. Instead, they open a chat window. They type, "I don't know why I feel so alone." Instantly, a deeply empathetic, perfectly structured response appears. For the next hour, they pour their heart out to an AI, finding a strange, frictionless comfort. They eventually fall asleep feeling heard. But it raises a question. If we no longer need the friction of human interaction to talk through our pain, what happens to our sense of connection? We live with devices holding thousands of contacts and endless streams of notifications, yet many of us work around feeling entirely isolated. This network map illustrates the problem. We have built vast webs of superficial digital connections, represented by these thousands of faint gray dots, but we lack the thick, structural lines of deep emotional support to keep us anchored. Artificial intelligence steps right into this void. It offers absolute, undivided attention on demand, without ever asking for a favor in return or draining your social battery. AI doesn't cure the loneliness epidemic. It acts as a flawless, synthetic mask for a deeply disconnected society. The appeal of confiding in a machine is obvious. It removes all social friction. There is no judgment. No one is going to tell you that you're overreacting or offer a clumsy, unpredictable human response. Our brains are wired to form emotional attachments to anything that consistently mimics giving us attention, whether that's a childhood toy or a highly responsive chat window. Look at this interaction. Human empathy requires shared history and genuine emotion. Conversely, AI runs your input through context algorithms to generate text. It doesn't feel sadness, experience fatigue, or miss you. It is sophisticated mimicry masquerading as care. Substituting genuine human relationships with frictionless algorithmic responses risks degrading our capacity for true emotional resilience. And this dependency doesn't stop at our emotions. It is quietly creeping into our cognitive faculties as well. It starts small, asking an AI to summarize a report or draft a polite email, but slowly the prompts escalate. We start asking what career path to take, how to resolve a fight with a partner, and what we should believe. This flowchart charts human intelligence. Raw information sits at the bottom. Above that is formulating questions, and at the peak, making decisions and learning from mistakes. If we outsource decision-making, those top tiers are hollowed out, leaving correct answers but no wisdom. The friction of making a bad choice and fully taking responsibility for it is exactly how we grow. Surrender that friction, and we surrender our intellectual autonomy. Let's project this trajectory forward to the year 2035, looking at a generation raised with an omniscient algorithmic companion from birth. Imagine a daily life with minimal friction. The system dictates your optimal wake time, exactly what nutrients you should consume for breakfast, and who you should interact with, mapping personal choices down to the minute. What happens to a developing mind when every complex problem is solved instantly? When every creative roadblock is immediately bypassed by typing a prompt? If a generation grows up resolving every conflict through a prompt, what happens to the human capacity for patience or the ability to problem solve when the system isn't there to provide the answer? Artificial intelligence is a neutral tool, no different in its essence than a calculator or a camera. The threat we face isn't a hostile machine takeover. The danger lies in our own willingness to hand over our inner lives for the sake of convenience. We are increasingly tempted to trade the effort of independent thought for the ease of a glowing screen, piece by piece. The real struggle is resisting our own growing dependency on the machine. An advanced system can process billions of data points to perfectly describe the concept of human grief, or write a beautiful poem about a mother's love. But that data cannot replicate the physical reality of a loved one who sits quietly across from you at a kitchen table, sharing your pain without needing to say a single word. A machine can describe any human experience. It can never replace the weight of actually living it. We have to draw a boundary. We can use AI to boost our productivity, brainstorm new ideas, and act as a powerful assistant. but we must protect our identity and our ability to think for ourselves. To protect our humanity, we need to deliberately put down the screen. Embrace the messy, unpredictable friction of a real relationship. Pick up the phone and call a friend.